Overwhelming, almost certainly irreversible advantage. Magnificent. But their ticket is stamped. Manchester United, Europa League finalists.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is the Manchester United agenda with me, your host for the day, Mr. B. We have in the top left-hand corner, wrong side, top left-hand corner, we have Talking You. Down below me, we have
Mateo. What's up?
And this side here, we have
Big Phil here in the building.
Welcome. You know why we're here, so let's not dilly-dally. We've made a final.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear, Mr. B. That rubbing of the hands together, it's like, yes, we're craving. I will let it right, folks. We're craving some silver. We want to feel that silver. You know what I mean? It's got antiseptic properties as well. You know, silver. So it's gonna cleanse us for next season. We're gonna be, you know what? We're gonna, in my opinion, we can talk about that later, I suppose, Mr. B. But we're gonna do bits. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I didn't expect to be so excited. I don't know. I've woken up last couple of days thinking, okay, we're in a final now. And I'm getting there. I know it's the minor one. We'll get ribbon for. I don't care. It's a European final and we're in it. So I'm going to enjoy my day tomorrow. Win or win.
Win or win.
Win or win. Let's be real, right? Whatever result happens tomorrow, there'll be one set of fans that are there'll be one set of fans celebrating and one set of fans not celebrating, right? If we lose tomorrow, just expect everybody on social media to be atting you, to be messaging you on WhatsApp, to be messaging you on all platforms, right? I expect you guys, if we win tomorrow, I want you to message every single buddy that you think that would have thought Manchester United would have lost. Message them. Message their cat. Message their dog. Message everybody, man. Okay? Because let's be real. We are one of the biggest clubs in the world, and everybody wants us to lose tomorrow.
Yeah.
Chelsea fans, Real Madrid fans, Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans. Man City fans, AC Milan fans, Only fans, Sealand fans, everybody wants us to lose tomorrow.
And you know what, Phil? I think, in my opinion, it is only us who can let ourselves down. I don't think Villareal have enough to force the issue on us. It's only going to be us giving it up to them if that happens, but I don't see it.
Do you think that's us being not cocky, but I'm not expecting them to. I'm expecting them to give us a game. Don't get me wrong, but
of course,
I can't believe that they're gonna have too much for us in that game tomorrow. The fact that we rested who we rested for the game before, everybody's going to be fresh. Their minds are going to be focused. I just can't see how Villareal can do us. I know their coach Emery's been to what? He's in 5 finals.
Yeah,
5 finals.
I think it's
so he's got pedigree, but he's not the one playing on the pitch. True. So I just can't see it.
I think Pogba is gonna. I think Pogba's gonna. Is gonna be. He's gonna be key in this game.
Yeah,
he really is. Because he's. You know what we know what he's good at. He's good at everything, not just his passing, his hold-up play, his moving the ball forward. There's just so many things. His little flicks, tricks, turning players, winning free kicks. He's clever like that. You know what I mean? So between him and Bruno, if them two are at it, and the wingers are at it, so-called wingers. and then we, Cavani up front, all that movement, and we're moving the ball quickly. Like I keep saying about that, I can't for the life of me see them being able to cope with us. I just can't. They're going to be turned inside out, mate. And that net's going to be bulging more than once, in my opinion.
I think the one thing that we can agree on is that that Pogba gets up for big games. If there's been any criticism of him, it's that he's inconsistent in the smaller games or the smaller teams. But he's been to finals. He's won a World Cup final. He's won an Europa League final his first year when him and Mkhitaryan scored. So I can count on him being up for it big time. So I think he will be key as well.
I think that's one of the things for Pogba. If you asked him and said, right, Paul, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the really fast-paced, quick movement, like one touch and drifting type of game? Or do you prefer the slower kind of, let's just take a bit of time on the ball and have a look around and pass it about type of game? I guarantee you he would say, no, the first one. Because like I said yesterday, it infuses you, it gives you energy, it gives you excitement. And I think that's what Paul Pogba's about. He's an exciting athlete. So, to make the most of his abilities, we need him to be in that sort of groove, so to speak.
Correct. Talk. Do you think it would depend on the position that Ollie plays him in, or are we expecting him to play off the left?
Well, let's have a look at the predicted lineup. What Solo always seems to get very, very close. Wan-Bissaka, Tuanzebe, Lindelof, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Greenwood, Fernandes, Pogba, Cavani. So yeah, he's going to in that setup. Then he's going to put him over on the left, isn't he?
So you think we're going to go with? You think we're going with McFred?
I would, if I had the choice, I would rather start. I would start one of them, and put in young Donny. But whether Ollie's. Do you know what I think it might be? Right, listen, let's just have a look at this now. That it's not only us as fans who hear all this Ollie out and all the that kind of talk around Ollie. He hears it as well. He gets wind of all this kind of stuff. He knows the pressure he's under. I think he's got to take the advice of his coaching staff and his medical team on this, and be, go with what he's being advised from them as well. Because obviously he knows the players inside out. But if he's got to take the advice from them, and if they say, what, we think you need to keep this team, midfield as McFred, then he's got to go with it and trust to them to go out and do a number. Especially if he can get them revved up and at it and give them that enthusiasm to go out from the start and say to this team, this Villareal, we are Manchester United. We aren't going to let you try and dictate this game. We're going to dictate this game, and we're going to bring it to you. They do that. That's it.
I was thinking, like I was seeing multiple sources this morning, whether it was Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all predicting the certain lineups that we may put out versus Villareal, right? And for some reason, I was against them in the midfield aspect. I was actually thinking of putting Fred and Van de Beek in that midfield and putting Pogba on the left and Mason Greenwood on the right. Obviously, then Bruno Fernandes in the 10 and Edison Cavani up top. That was my midfield that I wanted to go to. I saw Donny Van de Beek played versus Wolves. And I definitely see Paul Pogba being granted more freedom if he plays on the left, in my opinion, right? And when I see Pogba playing against the Fred in the pivot, there's some aspect of Paul Pogba's mentality that he doesn't trust who's next to him, right? Could be Fred, could be Scott McTominay, right? And like and I don't want to jump ahead, but that's something that we need to address in the summer as well, too, right? Getting that CDM, that guy that is going to do all the dirty work and clean up. Because at the end of the day, guys like Pogba, guys like Bruno, they have a very creative mindset, which means they are going to give away the ball, right? So
yeah,
can I trust
trying
them?
things?
Correct. They're trying things. Hence the creative mentality, right? So
if I do give away the ball, do I have somebody behind me like a Declan Rice or Wilfred and they need to clean up whoever has the ball, right? So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what you guys think per se. I've seen most of the lineups who go with Fred and Pogba in the pivot, and then Marcus Rashford, Greenwood on the wings, and then obviously Bruno and Cavani at top. I don't know what you guys think.
The thing is,
sorry.
Yeah, I think we'd all love like a bit of a creative lineup to come out, but the evidence has shown that Ali doesn't rotate that much. We've kind of seen what the teams have been this last year. He really sticks to his, 14 or 15 players, and then that's it. So I don't think there's going to be any surprises here on the in the lineup. As for like the two CDMs, like the 4-2-3-1's been pretty standard for Ollie. Yeah, it could be Pogba and Fred. I've seen. I don't think Van de Beek's going to get a shout, maybe off the bench, but I don't see him starting based on the evidence of the rotation that Ollie's been doing.
Yeah, okay.
The fact
One second. Sorry, I've just got a message here from Miss Belina. She's just saying big up the panel. Do you know what? That's appreciated. Yes. Oh, she's missing a Monday as well. Well, guess what, Melina? Just for you, we have.
Hey!
Yes.
Sorry. I'm just rushing home. Speeding ticket probably, but I don't care. It's all about Man United agenda.
Let's go.
Bless you, man. Sorry, Monday. Welcome.
That was a brilliant plug, Mr. B.
Yeah, I like that.
Matteo was just finishing up on a little topic here, so just let you finish up, Matteo, there, man.
No, I pretty much said what I had to about the midfield pivot. We were speculating on Monday on whether or not if there was going to be something different in the two CDMs. That Pogba seems to not trust like who he's playing with, if it's Fred or McTominay. So really, I've seen on that note on not trusting who he's next to. I think that he'd only trust Matic really to like let himself go forward and attack a bit more from the two CDM spot.
Yeah. But this is the thing, you see, with Pogba, we shouldn't be having him having to come back, because that slows the game down. That slows everything down if Pogba has to come back. We want him to stay as far out the pitch as possible, especially in an attacking, when we're in attack and we've got good possession of the ball. Whether that's on the right of the midfield or over on the left as in Rashford's position, we want him to be hanging out there, because like he can cut in, he can cross, he can do little passes, he can hold it up, he can win free kicks, like I said before. There's and if he does need to drop back for any reason, that will be because whoever's going to be behind him, which will be Luke Shaw. If Luke Shaw is not getting forward enough, and there's a gap, that's when you might see Pogba then feeling like, wait a minute, I've got to. Where's this big gap here? But I don't see. I think Luke Shaw's quite good at getting forward, and he likes to get forward. So with that in mind, I don't see, like I said before, I don't see how they're going to live with that side, especially, and with Greenwood's threat. If Greenwood's out on the right, his threat of cutting in when there's action going on that left hand side. Because this is another thing you see with Pogba and Bruno. They can hold the ball up and tie the ball up really well with that little passing. And then the rest, the opposition lose sight of where other players are drifting to. Then that's where them key passes, those cute little passes by Pogba or Bruno, come into play. Whether it's like a little dink over the top or a little through ball, and your Greenwoods are running in, or Cavani. I would take a bet with anybody right now of any kind of money that we're going to win this game. There's no doubt about it, in my opinion.
Do we have any game changers on the bench per se? Let's say it's 0-0 going into like the 60th or 70th minute. We started our full strength squad. Are there any game changers on the bench that you can see yourself, let me take off this person from our first starting 11 and then bring on this person, right? I don't know if you guys have any game changers in mind per se.
Amonde, can you answer that one, please?
Have you done a lineup? Have you done a
No,
lineup?
we haven't done a lineup. We've just basically spoken about the players in positions, because we were just talking about, do we think that he would go with not McFred in the centre of the park? So that was more the topic of the discussion at the moment.
Game changers coming off the bench. I think
Depends
maybe
with what he
Greenwood or
starts with.
Cavani, if they're on the bench. I don't know what he's going to start with. But we've got
Okay,
one
so
or two maybe.
No,
if we had to establish a starting 11 right now, obviously the back. So our back four will be Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, and then you guys want to say Tuanzebe and Lindelof, or Tuanzebe and Bailly, or Bailly and Lindelof? Up to you guys.
I think
Maguire.
Maguire. You think Maguire's going to play? Maguire? I can't see Maguire playing.
No,
I
Maguire.
can't see Maguire playing.
Okay. I heard he could feature. That's what the talk was, that he could feature. I don't know, but you don't bring on centre backs, do you? Really? Sorry.
I want to.
So we're going like Tuanzebe Lindelof, or Tuanzebe Bailly, or Bailly Lindelof.
I think Lindelof Bailly is going to be the selection, to be honest. That's not our choice, maybe, but I think that's going to be Ollie's choice.
Okay. I do think it's crucial. I think it's crucial what you guys' discussion about whether he plays McFred, Tomini and Fred, and what he does with the other guys now. Does Greenwood play? Does Rashford play on the right? Does Greenwood play on the right? I don't know. That's interesting. It'd be interesting to see. Personally, just my opinion, I just think against Villareal, it's going to be a tense game. I think we need possession and quality possession. So I sort of agree with what Matork you were saying about having those sort of quality players higher up the pitch to keep the ball retention in their areas, and people like Pogba, Bruno, wherever they play, Van der Beek, I know he's not going to play, but guys like that, because I think we do need to keep the ball, and I'm worried that they might have spells of balling, in front of us, in front of our defence. So it's interesting. And are we discussing Villareal?
No, we were discussing, I guess, the back four, and then we'll go to the pivot. So the pivot, in your opinion, would be Pogba, Fred, McFred, Pogba.
Me personally, I would play, like you said, I would play Matic and Pogba, but obviously that's not going to happen.
You play in a game of you would play
I would play Matic and Pogba. But that's just me. That's different.
Because that's the thing that I've always said about with when we do get that number six. That number six's role is going to be like four. It's going to be, if you look at it, it's going to be like a 4-1.
Yeah,
because that number six will be in the front, but they're two from the back.
Yeah, but like a 4-1, 3-1. Yeah,
because when Matic does play, Pogba's license will free up, because Matic sits in the back three. If he gets in this back three, it makes a back three out of it. Picks up the ball. You can't rush him. You can't get the ball off him. He's 6'4", whatever. He can ball it. So that gives license for Pogba to do his thing a bit more. That's just my opinion. Yeah. Obviously, it's not going to be that. It's probably going to be McFred.
I mean, I'd love to. I would love to see Ollie do that, because I think. Yeah, because Matic, he can. If you've got like Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw, like if they've gone forward, but they've then dropped back when Matic has received the ball, he's got out balls then either left or right, and he can with them going forward and even tucking in as they're doing so, that will create space and openings for Matic to go into and drift while he's looking for that pass. You know what I mean?
This is sorry. Just to add, I think our fullback's got to be effective. It's fullback to pushing on, because they usually do push on higher than the centre backs, whatever. I think Matic's the only one who's defensively responsible with positioning to fill in. You can say the other guys can do it, but I tend to think they've got the legs. They get too ahead of the play, and I don't want to be caught on the counter, that sort of thing. I'd rather them play through us, which Matic would do, is sit back, than guys rushing or closing down like that, and then just getting triangled.
Curious question on Monday. Don't you think that Matic holds on to the ball a bit too long?
I think he's beautiful. That's what we need. I think he's class. You can't rush him. Whether he holds on it too long, he's composed on the ball. My thing is he's composed on the ball. So that's a positive thing. The way he does it. I think if you got someone like, if you're talking about someone else, Fred shouldn't hold on to the ball too much. He should.
No.
First option would be pop.
Yeah, true.
With Matic, he can wait. You've seen him. He wait for a man to rush him, and it's just like cut, and he's out of it. Drop a shoulder, and he can move out of it. He's so calm, so composed. So that's why I think he plays at his pace. And I think that's his strength, you know.
That's
you
where
see
the
him, like, we could
security.
watch, for example, international level for Serbia, and we'd be saying that guy's amazing. But you think, oh, he plays for us, you know, that sort of thing. He's really quality. And I'm sure most pro players playing against him will say the same thing.
He needs that. He needs that sort of insurance policy of, you know, Wan-Bissaka or Shaw coming in and giving him the options if he really needed it. So let's just say he's got the ball and he's carrying it forward. The opposition are just saying, right, we're going to press it, Matic, right, and then the opposition come towards Matic to try and press it. If they've not got back soon enough to give him an out ball, then he's got to then, you know, look at passing the ball back, which obviously we don't want. So this is what I'm saying with Matic. If he's got that insurance policy of somebody when he's got possession of the ball when it's been given back to him, one of them has got to come back deep to give him an option if it's so needed.
I don't think that's the case, because then you've got three at the back, and they spread out. They're spread out. There's three defenders spread out the width of the pitch, and the fullbacks can give license to go forward. So Matic will sit in the middle of them, and then you got one out of you, which could actually fill. You know, gives that to you security. And the problem is, I think with Matic, if you look at it, he doesn't give the ball away. This is the issue, the thing with him. Whereas you put Fred in that position, sitting in the back three and building up the play, different story. Or even McTominay. Sorry, I'm talking too much. You guys, come.
No. I mean, I'm just saying that if like when we've pushed the ball backwards to him, you know, if we took the ball forward and they say, because you know every team they don't press all the time. Teams choose when they want to pressure. Yeah. So let's say we've had spells of possession, they've not pressed us. We've had a few attempts. It's pinged back to us. Then they decide, right, now we're going to pressure. Whoosh, they come forward at us and we're like, whoa. Right, if we're a little bit out of shape, but Matic is there at back, we need one of those two to get back to offer him an out ball when it comes back to him.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. So, because if he hasn't, if we don't do that, that's when you can get a little caught out if he's then sort of isolated on his own. But then I know what you're saying about the two behind him. But again, if they come too far forward themselves with him and create space behind, and they're good enough to get in behind, you know.
I think the press is going to come. They're going to look at it and say, right, we can press the back four. So if you press Lindelof, you press Bailey or Fred and McTominay, you're going to get more joy, I think, rather than if you're pressing Matic, Harry Maguire's there, these guys are comfortable on the ball. You're not going to get much joy out of them. So I think Emery's going to look to this is what I was thinking about last night. I think see, we dream football, don't we? Like I was thinking about they're going to try and press high against our players because they know they're not comfortable on the ball. You know, that's just my opinion. So I think that's why I think Matic, even though he's not going to play, would be a good ideal to go in there, which would make say, all right, you want to press, take that move, you know, and get more comfortable.
Somebody in the comments just said that, you know, Matic is better to manage the game coming off the bench.
Yeah, probably.
That was from a Simon Velez.
Shout out. That's my brother. That's my younger brother. Shout out.
That's Simon.
What's up, Simon?
That's why the comment that you made about your this comment that I've been holding.
Mateo with the throwback jersey. So he actually gave me this one. He bought this one for me. This one's the 99.
But you know what? If they do decide to do that to us on Monday, this is where you have Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, you know, getting just a little bit forward of the back, so to speak, three, so that there's that ball is going out in a positive fashion going forward and not sideways, inviting pressure. So that if he does that, I think we've got enough to be able to do that. So go, you know what, come then, press us, you know, hold on to the ball just for a split second to let them get into that kind of zone where there's imminent danger, and then it just squirts it out. You squirt it out left or you squirt it out right. They're chasing shadows, and
we always outnumber them.
Yeah,
bring the ball out. We will always outnumber them, so there's always going to be an option. Even if you pass back to the keeper, just keep the ball. But don't. But this is what I'm saying. Bailey, he's good on the ball. Lindelof, good on the ball, but they're not as good as Maguire would be or Matic, in my opinion. That's just it. But anyway, we don't talk too much about Matic. You might not even play. Let's
move up the lines. Let's move up the lines.
Raul Albiol. I remember, if memory serves me correct, he's Villareal. He's one of Villareal's starting centre backs, right?
Yeah.
Raul Albiol, I think, was a teammate of Cavani at Napoli.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they crossed over. He was at Real Madrid at the time, I think.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But,
Question.
Yeah.
Sorry, just a quick question. So, are you saying that Albiol is the better defender of the two that they're gonna play?
No. I'm saying that because right now Villarreal have Raul Albiol and Paul Torres. I think, yeah.
Right, and Torres is the guy that we've been linked with, isn't he?
He's left.
Yeah, he's one of them, right? So, but Raul Albiol, in my opinion, is the more experienced and more of a leader, right? So, but in my opinion, I honestly think that Cavani at 34 years old is going to be too much for them. Like,
so we don't think Cavani's starting.
No, he is going to be too much, and that's
going
a
to be. Yeah.
That's a good thing for us, right? I was watching some throwback videos of Cavani, of his movement just this season and even before, right?
Yeah,
man, the guy is lethal, man.
Yeah,
he loses his marker constantly. He's smart enough. He doesn't have to be running the entire game, but you've seen it. There's been times where they look away from him for a second and he's boom behind their back.
No bomb, bam,
through. Yeah, you just blink and he's gone from you.
Yeah.
If to make that work with Cavani, we're gonna have to have whoever's like left and right of him are gonna have to come in field. They're gonna have to come in field when we're in possession and we're building up that play. They're gonna have to cut in. They're gonna have to cut in alongside him, because otherwise if he's isolated on his own, even with that great movement, they're just gonna say, you know what, no, we're not having that. No, we're just gonna block you out. We'll block you out.
Okay.
And if they stay wide, it's like, okay, we can put the ball wide and try and get across him, but if they're blocking it, well, then I believe if Mason Greenwood, like I said, cuts in, because he's got great movement as well. Let's have it right. We've seen Mason Greenwood produce great movement, and he knows where that net is. He's so dangerous and he's so quick. Once he can get the ball at his foot, one touch and then bang, it's gone. And the goalkeeper's like, whoa, what's happened there? So I think if they cut in for him and give him kind of aid him in creating a bit of space for him, because let's have it right. If you cut in, if you're on that left or that right hand side, and then cut in and then drift forward, they're going to go with you because they're going to be like, yeah, whoa, shit, I've got to go with this guy. You do that, the space. Cavani, he's all over the gaff.
I agree. Those two not wingers, inside forwards, they need to occupy Abidal and the centre backs. Occupy them a bit more, because you see Cavani's got the movie. He won't sit on these guys and say, I'm a target man. Someone said before he's a target man. I mean,
no.
The target man's static. He's not static. He will interchange with all three of these guys. Easy to work the space. He loves that.
So you reckon then, so are we saying then that Rashford doesn't start on the left?
Let's establish common ground, I guess.
And this is why
who we think.
And this is why at the moment I think that the way we now can't call who he's going to play on the left. Beginning of the season, it was Rashford. I like the fact that we can't call it, which means the opposition manager cannot call it.
True.
Certain players are playing in certain positions. I understand that, but
And it's a good shout, Mr. B, because it makes a huge difference, because they're two completely different players. So what are you going to say to the fullback? Right, Rashford, don't let him turn and run at you or whatever, or look for the space in behind. Don't let him do that. Or if it's Pogba, it's a different story. So different options. So it gives might give the manager some headaches there, depending, until the team sheet's announced.
We got just some messages that I just want us to go through. You on your laptop on Monday?
Yeah, I'm at home.
I'll just get these messages up. We'll fly through these quick. Hold on, what does that say, Maguire? Why does that say Maguire?
Hi, Christian. Hi, Christian. He says, "Up the Dragons." That's you,
Dragons. Yeah. That's us on the pro clubs.
Solo. So he says, "Sorry, guys, still at work. Good luck." That's all right, Solo. We missed you, man. Talkamu says, "Big up, Solo." Stop it. Matt. Hi, Matt. He says, "Big up the panel." Yes. Matt, I hope you're doing well and hope you're talking positive about Man United. Let's go. Miss Melina says, "Hello." Fantastic, Miss Melina. She done a really good podcast. Check it out, guys, on Asthma earlier today.
Yeah, it was actually. I was watching that on Monday, yeah.
Big up on everyone on the panel, she says. Thank you. Arsenal supporter. Yeah, I was missing.
Listen on Monday
So
until
you were
you
back.
join.
Yeah. Big up Solo 7, yeah.
Big up Solo. Big up Matt.
And big up Mateo,
Medina.
yes. And what about Big Phil?
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Go on, Mel.
All right,
Go on,
man.
Mel.
Come on, it's coming. It's coming. Big Phil.
Yeah, I got to check my watch, right?
And Mr. B, did you give me a shout out yet? Hi, Thomas. This is Thomas Mosquito? Mosquero.
Mascara.
Is that Mosquero?
Mascara.
How you doing, man?
Mascara. Shout
How
out
you
to
doing,
me.
Thomas? This is
What's
a question
up,
from
Tomas?
Simon. It says, what does the panel think Villarreal's strengths are, and what can United do about them?
Villareal, I know in the Arsenal game, Villareal had a guy on the right named Samuel Chikunsa.
Yes, African leopard.
Chukwueze. Yeah, Chukwueze.
Quick.
Yeah, he's a guy I would love. He's a guy I would love at Manchester United, right?
He's a speed
I'm not
demon for sure.
Yeah.
I saw him walk. I saw him got stretchered off in the Arsenal tie, but I'm not sure if he will be ready for the United final. But other than that, I know that Paul Torres and Albiol have a very good chemistry and a good centre-back partnership, so it will be a bit hard to break them down within probably the first 20 or 30 minutes. I honestly can't see any other threats coming from Villareal, but
So they're forward, Moreno.
Yeah, he's good.
Gerard Moreno. He's good. He's
He's in the
good.
Spanish national side as well now, hasn't he? He's done
Alberto Moreno, right?
No, it's the other one. There's another
Gerard
one.
Moreno.
Moreno, yeah.
Gerard Moreno.
Oh, yeah. True.
6 and 6. 6 goals, 6 assists. Is he somebody who we should be wary of?
I think we should pass this off to Mateo.
I think
Mateo.
Thank you. I think that's maybe their biggest forward threat other than Chukwueze. I think Chukwueze and Moreno are the ones we should be looking out for, like, attacking our back four. I also think that Daniel Parejo is very, very tidy. He's kind of like their Matic, like their Pogba. He's not very quick, but he's very, very good on the ball. His passing range is incredible.
Do you know,
He pulls the strings.
He was at
He was
Valencia.
at Valencia before,
He was
yeah.
at Valencia,
Baller.
Daniel Parejo.
I think we might have just answered our own question, really, because if you think about that, what you just said, surely he's going to start McTominay and Fred simply for that, just for that reason of that. When they drop back, they've got the energy and the engines to close down, to make them to cause them to make decisions before they want to make a decision. Because, like I say, in football, if you're given the time to make a decision, yeah, right.
The problem with that for me is these guys, you might have the legs, but they press too hard. And against these Spanish sides, you go and rush them. It's going to be a quick Bermuda triangle, and you're lost.
This is where
it's top quality players you're playing against. It's what's the name again from Valencia, the midfielder Pereira, yeah. I can't know good his name. But him, for example, is just strolling out there, pop it around Fred, and Fred will be out of position and things. So I'm a bit worried. I'd rather us keep our shape and press at the right time. This is where the good management comes in, because they can play in front of us. They can play in front of us, and we can be comfortable with it. But it's just about the little slip ball, the little thing. I can't see him having the pace, even with the Nigerian winger. I can't see him having the pace to get behind us too much if we're intelligent when Maguire's there. But if they're going to play in front of us. They're going to be playing in front of us. It's just about Fred and McTominay not rushing in and getting triangled and getting a beat like that. Just keep your shape. Keep your shape. That's all I want to see. Don't see people head rushing and getting caught out of position like that, because that's what they're waiting on, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. You're right, Arsenal. That's exactly what I was going to say. You can't get too close to them, but you also can't get too far away. But you've got to give them something to think about in your movement towards them, in terms of, right, you're going to go towards them, but then you're going to stop and look at what's their strongest side. If their right side is the strongest side, you're going to get over to that side and sort of block the passing lanes. Give them something to think about, because then they're like, oh shit, where does the ball go now? They're going to have to lay it off. But like you say, I totally agree. If you get too close to these guys, as soon as you get within a yard of them, the ball's gone and they're down the side of you. Do you know what I mean? And we can't have that. So Ollie's going to have to, if he is going to play that setup, he needs to make the players fully understand
discipline.
do not yeah, don't be selling yourself. Yeah, don't sell yourself.
Yeah.
Sort of, give them, make them aware that, look, I'm right here in front of you, so you ain't going past me. As soon as you make that move to go past me, I'm gonna time it so that you're not gonna get past me. And then at the right moment, I'm gonna come in to get the ball off you.
Yeah.
At the right moment, that kind of that's how it's played out. But yeah, I'm getting a bit nervous now. Strange.
I think taking from the press conference today, they were all really talking about how it's a 50-50 game and how we're coming up against a good side and how we have to respect them. So I think they're on the same page as that. They're not getting too ahead of themselves on they're just going to be a walk in the park. I think there's a decent amount of respect. There's a healthy respect there about we can't go and rush them and then they're just going to counter us, like you said, triangle. They can't do that. I saw Simon's asking there, is Maguire for sure out? They're giving hints that he could still be in, but I think I heard that he wasn't training today. He was sitting on the side just watching.
He's out. He's out. I think he's out. He's out. Yeah. I'm convinced he's out. I'm convinced he's out.
Well, Mr. B, what are you thinking?
I don't want him to play. I'll be honest.
No, just in general. I haven't heard much from you.
No, I'm hosting. I'm listening to you guys. I want to be honest.
You got to contribute. Mr. B-ism.
We need a spark. We need a spark.
I think I'm a bit nervous. I actually think I'm a bit nervous. Because,
sorry, Mr. B, that's me.
Yeah, it was you. Because I'm sure we had a conversation and I wasn't that bad before. But, I think it's the realization knowing that we all have an opinion. We all have an opinion of what we feel should be the best team. It might change player to player, but we all agree on the engine of our team. We feel that it's wrong. And if that has to play, 8 out of 10, really, for us to have. And when have they played 8 out of 10? This is the biggest game that we've had in 2 years, So, I think I'm a bit nervous. Maybe I'm a bit nervous, but. Yeah, I am.
The record in the Europa League versus Spanish side so far, Sociedad and Granada, have been pretty solid so far. So I mean, I'm not maybe as nervous as you guys, but just seeing how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer handled those two Spanish teams, both home and away, I'm kind of confident.
I thought Sociedad were really naive against us. They played so high up.
Yeah, they played so high.
Facing behind. I just thought, wow.
I think for us, what's going to kill this game for them is going to be at the speed and movement. I think that's what's going to kill it for them.
Our top end, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to kill it
agreed.
Because the speed and the movement and passing. I think they're going to be dragged from pillar to post. And like I say, I keep saying, we'll continue to say it. Between Greenwood especially and Cavani, I think it's them two who are going to get the goals. If he starts Greenwood, that is. I mean, he's got to surely, but if he does start him, I think that's where the goals are coming from them too, if I'm honest.
Couple more messages, just a couple more messages just to blow through.
Wow.
Fred and Pogba
says Fred and Pogba are liabilities to our squad. Does she mean that they're like? She
probably means Fred Flintstone and Matthias Pogba.
Yeah, Matthias.
His brother, yeah.
Yeah, his brother. Matthias Pogba, yes, is a liability, and Fred Flintstone, if he's without Wilma and Betty, he is a liability as well. So yeah, I agree with her.
Does she mean we know Fred's likely to head rush? Like he got sent off. Did he get sent off against Paris? Did he get sent off against Paris for headbutting? Yeah. And Pogba as well. I think maybe liability because he maybe might be not out of position, but try something. And I don't know. I think, Melina, can you explain that one?
If Pogba does play out on that left hand side, that's what I mean. If he gets the backup, because we don't want to have Bruno coming to help him out, because that just takes Bruno out of his best position. So he's got to have Luke Shaw being right there behind him as an out ball. That's one of in this kind of system, you need out ball options all the time. It's like with You look at Leeds' system. There's an outball every angle. There's an outball somewhere to give it to get it, feed it to some other area. So, and I think Luke Shaw's more than capable of that. We've seen it many, many times, and he's also capable of overlapping with Pogba.
Yeah, big time, big time.
So
more so than our right side.
Yeah, there's lots of options, and like I say, if you do that on that side, and they think, you know what, we've got enough ability on this side here to do that little, ping pong passing, quick movement, quick passing, and then like I say, Greenwood and Cavani are like, hey, where am I? You know what I mean? Come and find me. And then, one cheeky pass and bang. I can just see it now. I can see it in my mind's eye playing out.
If I was Emre, I would be saying, wind up Bruno, step on him, pinch him, come in late, give him some afters, because he's likely to blow. We haven't seen it yet. But he's a ticking time bomb. He's going to have a game soon or later where he's going to go, and lash out or do something stupid. So I would be targeting him because you see he's a bit. I don't know if you agree with me, guys, but
because during this entire Premier League season, that's how a lot of players have been playing Bruno. We know that he's a guy that can get under his skin.
Yes,
he's a guy that
likes him a little bit. Yeah,
he likes to complain to the ref a lot, which is something I don't like to see coming from players. But on the flip side, I find that when Bruno gets frustrated a little bit, he kind of gets a bit more creative, in my opinion.
Because he knows guys are rushing in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
he's very good with his
that's something I've been mentioning with regards to football IQ. Finding 4 or 5 players that are on the same football IQ as Bruno, and next season,
he's probably our most clever. Probably our most clever.
Yeah. It's that ability to just be confident as well in just drifting slightly. It only takes slight movements. You only have to talk like you're talking like a yard and a half, 2 yards, and that causes so many problems because players don't know whether to stick or go. What do I do? Shit, and they'll start looking at each other. And if you keep that movement going, and he keeps getting that ball, drawing players towards him, but then releasing the ball to other players like Pogba, etc., then they're all over the place. Then they got to make a decision. Shit. Right, we got to stay back here, lads. I'm staying here. I'm fucking staying here because this is dodgy. Once you get them in that mindset, then it's a case of right, here we go. Sling it out wide, get it across in, bang, Cavani or Greenwood or like we seen with Alanga, that header. I mean, God, yeah, that was a quality header, man. I watched that back all day long, man. That cross was superb. If Dan James, if we could put that in a bottle and let him drink it before every game, Dan James, man, honestly, boom, we just romp the league, mate, next season.
Don't forget, ladies, gents, and pets. If you're watching, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Yeah. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, it's cool. I'm let somebody else have a.
You're reminiscing about something about that might not happen. Can we just finish these? Let's get on with the rest of these messages. Another one from Miss Melina here.
She says, "I hope Emery wins." She's lining us up.
I didn't see that. Miss
like
Melina,
he did against your team. Hi,
Miss
Amy
Melina.
B. She says, "Good." Oh, where's the Evelyn? Oh, of course, you're not here. Good evening, gents.
Okay, I'm not sure what this message was, but
hi, Bert Raccoon. Nice for you joining us. He says, bringing back Poch will be a massive error. Poch,
it's typical.
Okay, it's typical Spurs to let nostalgia blind us from the truth. Poch is tactically inept and cost us massively in massive games. Don't let the good times cloud your judgment.
I don't know. It just jumped in. Maybe I don't know if he was. Were we talking about Poch? I didn't see a message earlier on about Poch.
Well, Poch yesterday, but not today. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think what he's trying to say there is wolf in sheep's clothing type of arrangement.
Miss Melina says, "Yes, Mr. B, Emre masterclass incoming." He beat us. Yeah.
I was convinced Miss Melina was. Well, I had a feeling she was on our whole vibe, But
I'm really good friends with Miss Mel, and I'm going to have words with you, Miss Mel, later. We're having words.
I don't think the players are underestimating Villareal. I think maybe some fans are getting some Manchester United fans are getting a bit carried away.
Yeah.
But I myself don't think that the players are underestimating Villarreal, because I've watched since Villareal knocked out Arsenal, right? Everybody has Manchester United as the favorites, right? I'm not sure why, because Emery has gone to finals and he's won, I think, 5 out of 5 or 4 out of 5, right?
Three out of the 5.
3 out of 5, okay. So I as a fan, I would not underestimate Villareal. Same way I did not underestimate Ajax, even though we beat them. But still, I would not underestimate Villareal, honestly, right? So,
you know what? The pressure comes from fans like this. So everyone say hi to Artie Lee. He's our resident Liverpool supporter, and he's saying this is where the pressure comes from, guys, because we have to react, and we're going to bite and say, "Oh, we're going to win," because he says, "Good evening, gents," nice and calm, and then he hits us with, "Come on, Villareal." So,
but you know what? And he's not the only one. Look at this from this Ice Spy.
Okay. Don't respond, guys. Just be calm. Yeah, because they want us to respond and say, you said this, you said that. We will be comfortable. We're comfortable here, you know? What show? There's no show for them tonight. It's all about us. Tune in.
We're not going to give them, I don't think we're going to give them time, because if that ball does have to come back to us in that defensive areas, then we're not going to hold on to it for too long and invite. So if it comes back, it's like, right, it comes back and it's pass, it's out, switch play to the other side. Then they're like, oh, God, it's over that side now, right, whoosh, over that side, way, over the other side. Well, there's all the other movements going on behind them in the middle of the park, creating options. So I don't see it. But again, this is, like I said before, this is all ifs and buts. If we do dawdle on the ball and invite that, like waiting for it, like we do. Sometimes you see us, we get the ball and they go, right, well, where do I pass now? Come on, somebody show for me. Oh shit! If we start doing that, I'm going to just switch it off. I'll tell you, because I'll end up losing my voice.
Something talk, Emmy. Like this is I think something else is quite crucial. Man United pitch, one of the biggest pitches in the Prem, or maybe in Europe. It's a massive pitch. Villarreal's pitch is tiny, so they're used to playing in these short little things, sort of like a 5-a-side pitch or 7-a-side. It's really small. And you remember their stadium? You know the stadium, guys. Small pitch, small stadium, and they play. They suited to them the way they play. So I don't know about the stadium we're going to tomorrow, where we're playing and what the size is, but I think that could have a big say in it as well. If it's like tight, compact thing where they can do the little interchanging passes and all that will suit them. But if it's wider and we can stretch the game a bit more, then it might be to advantage to us.
Well, if it's wider, I would start Rashford then.
Yeah,
I would. Yeah.
But and drop Pogba.
We can't.
Pogba going to pivot.
Yeah. Imagine that. That'd be great.
It's got to be.
It's not happening.
But...
It's not happening. It's not going to happen. I cannot see Ollie taking. To us, it's not a risk. But I can't see Ollie deviating from everything he's done for the whole season.
Yeah, everything he's shown.
And then doing that.
Yeah. No,
that's kind of what I was saying at the beginning of the preview. That's what I was saying. I think that we have the evidence there of how he's gonna go about it. There might be one, two changes, but I think the 11 we all know. We're maybe we don't want to admit it, but I think we all know. Right about what the 11 is going to be. It's going to be McFred. The question is, who's going to be at Lamb? Is it going to be Rashford? Is it going to be Pogba? Or is he going to drop Pogba for such a big game? Is Rashford?
He's got to play Pogba.
I don't know. That's the big question there.
I think he's going to go Rashford. I think he's going to go Rashford right. Pogba left and Cavani up top, and he's going to have Greenwood as the option.
Off the bat.
It's easy to do that. It's easy to do that. With just less stress for Ollie.
Yeah,
you drop teams where you're young. If you drop the young guys, it's going to be like they're stringing them up in the
I think he'll do that. I would. My dream. I would love to wake up and he's put Donny, even Fred or McTominay. I don't care. Donny with either one of them centre of the park with Pogba one side and it just be big. It would be bullets. It would be bullets. But look, it's not going to happen. We do know what's going to line up tomorrow.
It's going to be because it has to be because of the reward factor and keeping the players, happy going forward for next season. It's that reward. Listen, you've done all this for this season, got us where we are. So this is your reward now. And then if they go out there, sort of feeling like they've been trusted to go out and do it, and they do get the result, whoosh, the confidence will be through the roof. It's like when you go on FIFA and you've won the game after game after game, and you get those options. You press the option, and the little green bar goes straight up, and it's happy. Hey, yes, little happy faces. And this is so important as well. We have to remember this from Ollie's point of view. Is that's always a key that not a lot of people really talk about, is keeping the squad happy. It's not as if you can just do as we perceive Mourinho did, is sort of be like, right, I ain't talking to you because you're not important in these next couple of games, so you just go and do whatever you're doing, not bothered.
Yeah,
I'm just talking to you. Right? Whoa, shit, yeah, can't do that. No, you don't want it like that. And I'm sure, 100% convinced that's what Ollie understands, just simply because of the Ferguson effect. We all know Alex Ferguson. Any of those youth team players, and I bet you any money, Ollie is the same. He would go up to any of those youth team players, right from the bottom to the top, and he'd say, "Hey, Josh, how are you, son?" And they'd be like, "Oh, well, all right, boss." And he'd be thinking, "Shit, he knows my name." And he'd say, "Oh, how's your mum and dad, Frank and Barbara?" Yeah, and honestly, this is true. He knew everybody's names, right? Yeah. And that's what you go. And can you imagine how that kid feels going home to tell his mum and dad? You know what I mean? Oh, the boss come up to me and asked how you were. He knows your name. It's like you go to bed dreaming about that for the next 2 weeks, wanting to improve. And, to next time you see the boss, if he's watching you, he comes along and says, "Well played, son. Well played. You did really well." I mean, this is what it's all about. Yeah. So Ollie knows that.
Just to add, we've got Artie Lee. He's a Liverpool supporter again. Just to say, like, he wants us. He said we're probably going to win 3-1 now. He's just having a laugh with us.
We'll go through these messages as you're going. We'll go through these messages.
Just to say, the reason we lost to Liverpool the other day because we were prepping for this tomorrow, in my opinion. Yeah. So
it was a bit of charity.
Yeah, you're very lucky, because we're prepping for this game. Bigger fish to fry, unfortunately. Rich Sports, yes, Rich Sports.
Yes,
everyone tune in and subscribe to Rich Sports. If you want a late night, I call him Rich Letterman because he always goes on late.
Yeah,
brilliant, and he's full of
great shows.
Funny, good humor. Artie Fred is a man you play of the season. Rich Sports says, "I doubt it." Article Liam is talking about the 3-1 prediction. He supports Liverpool.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a few minutes to go. Has anybody? Obviously, I want our score predictions at the end. Is anybody doing anything? You're taking the day off work tomorrow. You're taking the day off after work tomorrow. So,
yes,
what are the plans?
My diary is free. I'm gonna prepare the evening tea for my beloved missus, who I've been with now for 24 years. Yeah, long time. And
standing behind you, isn't she?
No, she's not. No, she's not.
Holding him at gunpoint like this.
And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to prepare the tea early so we can have a nice tea, get it all done early, sit myself down, just try and relax. And then I'm going to get a Jim Beam and a bit of Pepsi ready for when the match is on. I don't know if somebody's doing a watch along. I hope, because I want to be on a watch along somewhere.
I tell you,
I need to focus. I don't like that.
I know it was a thought, but I'm going to be honest. There's no way on God's earth I could sit down and have a camera watching me watch my team play. That would be the worst feeling, because I'm going to say something that I'm not supposed to say, or I'm going to do something that I'm not supposed to do. So no, I think it's probably safer that I just save it for the reaction show afterwards,
Oh no,
what do you do, Big Phil?
Tomorrow, my manager knows that I may be sick, right? So I may. I've already let her know, right? So no, but let's be real. Before you came out on Monday, right? I was telling the other guys on the panel, if we lose, everybody's gonna give it to us. If we win, give it to them as well. I don't care if you're a Manchester City fan, you're a Liverpool fan, you're an Arsenal fan, you're a Chelsea fan, you're an Only fan, you're a Ceiling fan. I don't care. Give it to them. Give it to them, man.
Yeah, agreed.
I disagree. I'm going to be calm. If we win, we're supposed to. Because if we start boasting up about this, they can say, oh, it's only as a comment there from Article Lee said, a Tin Pan Cup, you know?
I don't care.
It's all about the Champions League.
I don't give a shit. I don't
care either.
They just scraped top 4. They just scraped top 4 with that charity.
Just scrape. Remember that article, yeah? Remember that.
Scrape.
Matteo, what are you doing tomorrow? What's your plans?
So as Ryan says there in the comment, we have a bit of an inside joke about Stella Artois and Papa John's with the Shaolin Dragons. So we're gonna be doing not a watch along, but a private Discord, and I'm gonna order some Papa John's pizza, and then I'm gonna get some brewskis, some Stellas.
Brewskis, yeah.
Hey.
Article Lee says, "Who takes the day off for Europa?" That is hilarious. My, how big boys have fallen. Oh, you see, this is the backlash. You can't win. You can't lose.
But if, as a Liverpool fan, he took 30 years off before. I mean, like that's taking one day off for just this one European final. I don't see the big difference.
And then they just took one day off and then decided that they couldn't handle it.
Charlie, hi Charlie.
Yeah.
Everyone subscribe to Charlie's channel as well. Brilliant Man City fan, 14 years old, knowledgeable, on the ball. He says, talk, I will be doing a watch along. All right.
Oh, cool.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Charlie says, my dad is the king. He got me a ticket for Saturday.
Oh, yes, Charlie.
Saturday?
He's going to the Champions League final.
You're joking.
No, he's going.
Isn't Sheikh Mansour paying for all the tickets for the Man City fans?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that true?
Yeah, Sheikh Mansour is paying for all the Man City fans to go over to Porto. Not the playing ticket. I mean, the tickets to see the match. Sheikh Mansour is paying for all of them.
That's brilliant.
Wow,
Charlie, have a great time.
I think he's paying for flights. Yeah, I think he's paying for the flights over for season. No, I don't know about the ticket in. I heard it was, or maybe the ticket in, but at least season ticket holders were getting a little privilege from Sheikh Mansour. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what?
That's quality. That's quality.
You know what? This is one thing that with the talk about the money and all the blah 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 blah. Yes, it's an advantage, but it doesn't guarantee anything, in my opinion. It never does. We're seeing it with Pellegrini. Okay, so there's all we can ever do with Man City is hold our hands up and say, you know what, the owners are doing great things there for that club. We've got to admit it, because they are not just at the club
and the community around. Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah, you know. The youth, so big respect to Sheikh Mansour, man, for doing that. And you know what, the City fans are going to have a fantastic evening, and I know it. I've already said for weeks and weeks and weeks, Man City have got far too much for me in their locker. You know, you take all their individual attributes and Pep's individually and stack them up, but then you take all their team attributes together and stack them up, and then do the same with Chelsea. It's like putting a bungalow next to the Empire State Building.
I disagree.
Do you know?
Hey, listen,
okay.
We're not here to talk about Man. We're not there to talk about them blue scum. Yeah.
You know what, Mr. B?
Mr. Artie.
Alvin now is saying, Mr. B, find your voice now.
Look, let me say something. One, I'm the host, so I have to talk. Two, you came on our show, and I had to show a level of respect. So I let you have your 4 minutes of fun. But next season is next season, and my mouth will be doing it again.
Yeah, I'm working tomorrow. I'll be back by 4, and I'm gonna cook some food. I might even buy a bottle of ginger wine and just chill and put my feet up. I don't want to be disturbed. That's the thing. I just want to take in the whole game, the atmosphere, just take it in and watch everything. I'm just gonna be watching everything. BT Sports, yeah.
BT Sports, BT.
This is Ryan. Hi, Ryan. How you doing? Sorry, I missed that.
Sorry.
Ryan says, Artie, do you realise Liverpool have won the Europa League more than any other club? Wasn't Tim Pot them, was it? They haven't actually won the Europa League. They won the UEFA Cup. Artie Lee says, Ryan, I was not celebrating them wins. Oh, really? See, they're all high and mighty now since they win one title. Charlie, have a great time on Saturday, man. I can't believe that. That's sensational. Once in a lifetime experience.
I tell you what, as a 14-year-old, he must be so excited going to see his team for the first time in the Champions League final.
Wow.
What a dreams are made of it, mate, as a football fan. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Special. Ryan says, Artie, what fan doesn't celebrate a cup win? Regardless of what trophy it is, the Europa League is still a major trophy at the end of the day. Yeah. Big up everyone, Talk MU. Can I come on sometimes, guys? Yeah, of course. Charlie.
Anytime.
Charlie, top man.
Anytime.
Rise, you set that up. Yeah.
Yeah. I will do, mate. Yeah, no problem.
And the boss is watching. The boss is watching.
Yeah.
What do you think of the host, Solo? You can be out of a job soon.
Yeah. Don't even. Yeah, right, lads. We're on the hour mark. Let's have some score predictions so I can go and have a drink and have something to eat. What we saying? What are we saying?
Right.
Well, you know, I'll go first. 1-0 Man United. We score. We manage the game out and invite. Even when we've got pressure, show that we can deal with the pressure. Finally, the last game of the season, guys. Just give me that 1-0 that I need so I can have faith going into next season. 1-0 Man United.
Okay, Matteo.
Wow, yeah, I want to agree with Amundi. I think it's going to be a tight game. I want to say 2-0 to United.
Okay, Talk.
Well, yeah, I think you know what. I think they will get a couple of chances, and I think they actually will score one, which will be the moment for us to then it'll wake us up and get us more resolute at the back if they do score. But I think we're still going to be far too much from going forward. I'm going to say 4-1.
4?
It's going to be goals, huh? Talk.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Big Phil.
I kind of look at Solo's comment, and that's the exact score. I'm going for 3-1. I think we have quality there. And just to chime back a little bit, us playing Liverpool, our mentality versus Liverpool at that time is going to be way different than our mentality in this final, right? Liverpool actually has something to play for. We kind of didn't, right?
Yes.
I am going to go 3-1, honestly, to United.
Yeah. I just see us, like I say, that front line. If that front line is on it and they're getting the help that they need from the left and the right. Cavani, and he's getting the left and the right. Giving him options. I just see that net keep going bang bang. I can see a Roma coming. I really can.
Really?
I didn't want to go more than 4 because I didn't want to make myself look like just in case. But I can see a Roma coming here. I really can. Turning it on.
Okay.
And reminded everybody, this is Man United.
Correct.
Let's go,
Mr. B.
I always say 3-1. I don't care what the score is. If it's an own goal and it comes off the referee's backside and VAR don't give it, I'll take the 1-0. The performance, my dream scenario is a 3-0, 2-0 up in the first half and cruise the second half. Control the second half and have a 1-0 in the second half after we've already got the 2 from the first half. So I'm kind of with a Monday in that. I just want it squashed into 45 minutes with a 2-0 lead in front, But I can see us scoring a lot of goals. I will go. Yeah. Do you know what? Talk, man. Don't do this to me, man.
Come on, Mr. B. Come on.
I'm going to go for. I'm going for it. It's 4. It's going to be 4. It's going to be 4-1.
Wow.
It's going to be 4-1 tomorrow. Actually, 4-1. It's going to be 4-1. I can see us hitting 4. We're going to regret this tomorrow. You know that, don't you?
No, we ain't, mate. No, we ain't. And I'll tell you something now. I can see it now. I can see, the hand slapping. It's like, yes, get him. We're the best. Boom.
Don't worry, Amy. It's here.
Oh.
Sorry,
Mr. B.
Yeah.
If your scoreline is spot on, Mr. B, I'm going to wash your car with an Arsenal shirt. Okay, I tell you that right now. Your scoreline is spot on. I'm going to pay for my ticket from Toronto to London, and I'm going to wash our car with an Arsenal jersey.
We'll make it Liverpool, please, a Liverpool shirt.
No, I don't want that on my car. I don't want that on my car. I don't
Might
want
stay in
that.
the car. Might stay in the car.
Yeah. I would have may as well put sandpaper on it, you know, and brake fluid back in the day, you know. Oh, right, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure as always.
Thank you.
Yes.
We will be back in
24 hours.
24 hours.
Yeah.
24 hours.
26 hours.
It could be a great night for us. It could be a bad night for us, but either way, we're going to be here fronting. We should have Solo back tomorrow. Matteo, you back tomorrow? It depends what state you're in after your Stella.
All for the post game? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm game.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll get you out the invite.
I might be in the
gonna be
States,
there.
but let's see.
Yes.
Let's see.
It's all right. We're allowed. We
Hopefully
tomorrow.
it's in celebration.
Yes, exactly. And if it's not, then you know we just leave Solo with 5 blank screens. You can take all of the abuse.
I've got a feeling that my microphone's playing up a bit tomorrow. I think. But it ain't gonna happen. No, I'm telling you now, Mr. B. I'm telling you, I've seen enough.
I'm confident. I'm confident.
We've had some bad moments this season, but I've seen more than enough for us to be able to go out there in this. We are all about finals. Like I said, this is Manchester United. We are about finals and winning. This team ain't going to stop us. No way.
Just one more thing. I just think it's great that I saw the people that got on the play in the squad. There's like 5 or 6, 17, 18-year-olds. And for them to experience that winning mentality, winning,
yes, exactly.
You know, in a big cup final like that, I think it's be a great experience for them, and they're going to want that. They're going to, strive for that. So yeah, I love how we're going with the youths. It's brilliant.
Yes, create the hunger, Amanda. That's what you're doing. You create the hunger.
What's your free worded?
Youth. It's youth, courage, and greatness.
Yes. Yeah, that's how we're going. Yeah,
that's what we are all about as Manchester United. And all those 3 words, when you say the youth, obviously it's the youth, the young players. The courage is going out and expressing yourself and being the best you can be. And the greatness, well, that's what we are. We are greatness. No one's ever going to match us, ever. Never.
Just like our panel.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's it. That's it.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That includes all you lot, not me.
Ladies and gentlemen. We are out.
Manchester United enter the Olympic Stadium here from a position of overwhelming, almost certainly irreversible advantage.